So, a couple of days ago, I talked about the rumor spreading that Art the Clown was coming to Halloween Horror Nights. Well, we got our first speculation map from Halloween Horror Nights Legacy, and 90% of the time they're right, give or take a few things that probably just fall through the cracks. So, I'm gonna be here talking about basically this new spec map, and kind of talk about like what I think it is. And I can be totally wrong on this. I could be 100% wrong on everything on this list. But hey, this is just first spec map, and it's very holiday themed, and people have a lot of interpretations to it, and this is just my ballpark of what I think it is. Now, we don't know about original houses. These are just going to be specifically IP houses that people are talking about. So let's get into it. So the first one everyone's been really talking about is this one of a rocking horse, and people are saying that's Last of Us Part 2. I don't know how they got Rocking Horse out of it, but again, I haven't played Last of Us Part 2, so I wouldn't. So maybe there's a meaning there that I'm missing. The Last of Us in Halloween Horror Nights 32 was a solid house. I never went, but I saw the videos. They were great. And it makes sense for them to do another video, to do Last of Us, to do the sequel game. Although I don't know if anyone's really excited for that, because Last of Us Part 2 was a pretty mixed bag of reception-wise. So, but again, the first Last of Us house was a solid pickup, and that could easily be and Part 2 could easily be a good follow-up. But again, all of these are possible to change, and a lot of these houses some of these houses may not even happen due to rights being yanked at the last minute. We've seen that multiple times due to HHN and, original IP owners. So yeah. Anyway, so the next house is a Santa Claus beard, and a lot of people are saying that's Terrifier, and those rumors for Terrifier coming to Halloween Horror Nights are just getting stronger and stronger every damn day. Damien Leone has a lot of direct control over it because it is his baby and it is independent. So here's the thing, is that I know a lot of people said like, oh, Damien Leone wouldn't want to work with Universal Studios because it would try to take the IP from him. Here's the thing. They can't take it because of Halloween Horror Nights. I know, like, for some reason people are thinking because they have it, they can change it. No. Universal has to abide by the intellectual property's owner. So Damien Leone and the producer, I forget his name, they would have say over it, and Halloween Horror Nights would have to play by their rules. And Damien Leone has said that he has desperately wanted to have art come to Halloween Horror Nights. So this could be the year, after how big Terrifier 3 was, and how big of a character Art the Clown is becoming. It's really, I think Terrifier may be the flagship IP that really draws people in. That could be the, if this is true, then Terrifier may be that one where where Universal Studios for Halloween Horror Nights really builds up Terrifier for that house. That could be the house that they're like building up. They always have those big 3 IPs that they really draw people's, they draw people in. Last year, like I said, it was Insidious, Quiet Place, and Ghostbusters. Here, Terrifier is definitely going to be the big part of the big 3 IPs to really draw people in. So yeah, until proven otherwise, I think Terrifier is coming. The next house is a Dove, and people were saying this is Universal Monsters. I don't know how you get Dove out of Universal Monsters. But I think we all know that a Universal Monster House is coming. Those are yearly now. But here's the thing. I desperately want a Universal Monster House to be... I so desperately want a Universal Monster House to be Creature from the Black Lagoon. I was hoping it's this year because it was the 70th anniversary, and they have yet to do anything with Creature from the Black Lagoon other than the 2018 house. So, and that was just a small scene. So I would love for the Gill Man to finally get his due. A lot of people have also said like it could be the Wolfman centric because of the 2025 movies coming out in a few weeks. Yeah, it could easily be that, but I just hope it is Creature from the Black Lagoon. Next up We have another house that is a Toy Chest, and that one, it could easily be Megan. Megan has definitely blown up. I'm not a big fan of the Megan film, but I do agree that it has blown up, and Blumhouse is always there. So I think it will be Megan, but here's my thing. I think it is going to be a Blumhouse, house. And it will probably have Megan, but I think, and this is just me going off script, is that what I think it's gonna be is a combo house. Blumhouse has been notorious for doing like a double feature house. So I think what it is going to be one half Megan 2.0, and the other half is going to be the Black Phone 2.0, is going to be the Black Phone 2. Because we do know both Megan and Black Phone sequels are coming out next year. And by next year, I mean like a few weeks. So 2025, both those movies are coming out. Blumhouse and Universal Studios for Halloween Horror Nights have been constantly back at each other, have been back to back. Although I will say the Blumhouse Scare Zone was probably the most pathetic Scare Zone last year. But I digress. So I think Megan, regardless if it is tied in with Black Phone or not, it's a solid lock. And finally, for the last one, and these two are going to be the ones I'm going to predict. These are my predictions. I could be totally wrong on these next two predictions. But I think the other two houses that are coming next year for Halloween Horror Nights are Stranger Things Season 5. I am not a Stranger Things fan. I just know it's the final season coming in 2025, and they have consistently done Stranger Thing houses for all the seasons. So more than likely, Stranger Things Season 5 is coming to Halloween Horror Nights. I'd be surprised if it wasn't and they waited another year, which that could easily happen too, but I'd be surprised if they didn't capitalize on the final season and bringing that out. And finally, the other house is The Conjuring Last Rites, because that is the final of the Warrens saga in the Conjuring universe, and the Conjuring has been nearly at the franchise. I think The Conjuring in general, I think the Ed and Lorraine storyline is probably going to be this year. That one's a little hard because they've tried multiple times. They just couldn't get it from Warner Brothers. But who knows? Maybe this year they'll let The Conjuring finally be here at Halloween Horror Nights, especially to celebrate Last Rites. Yeah. Those are my predictions. I'm like I said, I'm not a fan of Stranger Things or even a big Conjuring fan, but I'm just I know the trends. I know the trends of how these houses go. So especially these past few years of where they really want to promote recent movies and whatnot. So it would stand to reason that's there. I'm not going to go to a Stranger Things house. I just know that's going to be there. And same with if Conjuring is there, if they can get the rights, Conjuring will probably be there in some capacity. The one IP house I really hope is Terrifier. I really am hoping we get a Terrifier house. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think? Do you think we'll be getting Terrifier, Conjuring, and Stranger Things next year, or for Halloween Horror Nights 34? Or do you think it's something, these are different? Do you think it'll be Megan, and will it be a Black Phone 2, Megan 2.0 house? Just comment below, and what are you hoping to see for prediction-wise? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.